welcome back to the channel, Beautiful Enigmas. As you remember, I'm your host, Quinlan Morgan, and welcome to the bizarre, non-linear space. Nothing is linear. Life is never linear. Life is literally nothing but ups and downs. So, welcome back to this weird creation of a channel, especially from the thoughts and personality of a one weird individual. So, as I talked about in the introduction video, mostly about me and my own personal journey, and a bit about how I want to create the channel, and then more about between myself of my emotions and the vulnerability. Another thing is the fact that legit, it wasn't exactly as bad as yesterday, but continuously as I continue the flow with it and continuously to record and upload, it'll slowly get better. It's not exactly saying it's gonna be better overnight. It does take time, especially since I'm not also gonna deny it. I definitely have like stage fright. Won't exactly say social anxiety. It just mostly depends on certain areas that literally I have a very disdain for certain things, but when it comes to recording, it's like nobody's exactly gonna be like very ready to record and just go with it. Some people do have that natural charisma, some do, others don't. I already know I'm in the latter category, especially towards something like this. I'm not gonna exactly deny it. I'm not gonna hide it either. I know myself way too much. So, won't exactly deny that, like, my heart is definitely doing some competitions right now. But again, giving myself grace, patience, and just letting the natural course takes its time. I'm definitely trying to see how this journey go. I'm not exactly trying to have extreme high expectations. I'm not exactly doing that. I'm just mostly going to the flow of my own personal movement of how I want to thrive and succeed. Even though legit everybody else has their own goal orientated, mine's is definitely different. And I already know the fact that I have indeed been like judged because of it, and it definitely took a toll on me for such a good long time. But again, I'm trying to move past it and legit just be like, yes, I have to move at my own pace, because if I don't, I am going to go ahead and continuously to make my internal mentally just feel like very suffocated. Especially towards the fact, like, again, I'm not editing, nothing's being edited out. I'm not worried about the video quality either. Just like, legit, that's not the main focus. Just the main focus is to speak, express, feel, and legit just upload it as it is. Imperfect, like raw, real, honest. Legit, there's gonna be awkward moments. I'm not gonna exactly deny I am indeed an awkward person. I'm not. That's like I am. I'm not gonna exactly deny it. There's times where I literally have awkward moments, or if anything, just bad certain things or situations that happen where it's just like, well, that's just bad timing. Especially if you catch me off guard. Clearly, my brain is literally just gonna have a whole standstill moment, just like, well, this is awkward. But again, that's just another normal flaw. But I really do hate it when legit you're just lost in thought and out of nowhere someone do like they'll continuously to call your name, or legit, well, in most categories may sound like you exactly wasn't listening, just like, I'm listening. You calling my name is not gonna exactly do anything. Either ask her a question or legit just leave me alone, leave me in peace. But it's more towards the fact, like, legit, there's times where I basically just lost some thought or in the zone, and it's the fact that you do get questions that comes out of nowhere that has you just be more of a whole off guard, and you don't exactly know what exactly to say or be like what's going on. So I particularly hate those. It's definitely a struggle of mine, but I'm learning to move past it. Then again, I also learning the fact that legit, I really don't exactly have to get people between time or energy, especially that. Especially towards like if you catch me off guard or something, and I don't exactly answer the question correctly. Don't shame me that I didn't answer correctly. You caught me off guard, so clearly, if I get caught off guard, the answer you're looking for is not going to be the correct one. But I definitely hate it when towards in the category of makes me feel bad for it. It's just like another thing that basically just irritates my very core. So, but as time progresses and as I'm continuously to sit within myself and try to align between my mind and clear things out, I was legit able to work through certain things of triggers and emotions. So it's definitely a journey. It's a struggle, but I'm getting through it. So, but with that, literally just more like open, real honesty. So, especially another thing, the fact that I'm definitely debating between how to do the channel. Not exactly gonna do like giant long videos. Mostly probably depends on what exactly how I'm feeling, or just like either just want to sit in silence and just draw, or sit in silence and just read whatever yaoi story I'm reading. I'm not gonna exactly be ashamed about that either. Or if anything, just whatever weird little alchemation comes in my mind for a moment, just go with that. But if anything, probably just have the videos be a good 30 minutes and just like continuously on with my day. Especially again, I'm not gonna exactly deny when coming up with the channel, I did try to go ahead and be having this whole try to be like every other podcast, just continuously have it be perfect, which is another issue because again, not all podcasts are perfect, and bad enough, you're basically setting yourself into more of a whole box that's literally trapping yourself into, which made me go ahead and continuously to second guess how I want to do the channel. So, which was more of another reason to play. No, not gonna do that. Just show up as yourself and just whatever comes out, just let it flow from that. And for the meantime, it's indeed working. So legit, definitely found my footing and definitely found my pacing for it. But I'm not exactly denying the fact that I kept continuously to come up with ways to how to make it perfect or how to figure out how to draw people attention, how to go ahead and literally have people pull to it. Nope, just no. Like legit, if people actually want to go ahead and watch it, they have free will to watch it. I'm not gonna exactly go ahead and do any algorithm gimmick just to pull people in. If you discover it and you watched it from beginning to the end and you continuously to watch it from all the other videos, then that's alright, perfectly fine. But also another thing is the fact that it's mostly just focus on what I want to upload and what I want to talk and create, and literally just go from that. So legit, I upload the video. I didn't check the likes. I didn't exactly check the whole comment section. Just no, none of that. I'm not doing any of that. I'm just speaking from my mind and my heart, and legit leave it as it is. Like it's already gonna be chaotic, messy, imperfection, and literally just leave it as that. Just upload it and go on with my day. Probably go watch a movie or play a little bit on the game station. It mostly depends. Or if anything, as I've just continuously to do, enjoy reading stories that make me happy. And it does not matter any category of stories. Like legit, there's a good chunk of yaoi stories I have discovered that literally continuously pique my interest, or some stories that I have discovered that legit even more that piques my interest, or be like, okay, this was a little bit interesting. So mostly do that. Like legit, I will go ahead and say the fact that Any subgenre, it does not matter. It just has to be good storytelling. Art style definitely is there as well. I'm not gonna exactly deny it. Like if the art is good, yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and continuously to watch it. Or in any category, read it. But legit, sometimes mostly just between how the story is set up that continuously to pull in. But then again, legit, it's mostly art style, storytelling, the way how you get the characters developed, or if anything, way of certain genres. I'm not exactly denying the fact that yaoi is up there, and then you have horror, then you have psychological, and then you have drama, then you have thriller. And I still enjoy me. Well, scratch that. BL and Yuri still goes hand in hand together, especially since the previous Yuri story I was reading is called Bad Thinking Diary. It's basically the female lesbian version of based off a manga called Jinx, but the story is completely different from each other. It's just more towards like you have the male counterparts, then you have the female counterparts. And if you look at the characters of the female counterparts, yeah, they definitely indeed look like the male counterparts. So you have that. I actually love the story, minus the smut. But legit, if the smut wasn't there, I'll still enjoy the story. And especially since again, I enjoy me a good story. If it has smut in it, it does. Okay. If it don't, I'm still reading and it's still enjoying it regardless of anything. Especially since, let me go ahead and look at my webtoon list. I still have things bookmarked on there as well. Ooh, especially the story Everything is Fine. That is indeed the most, like, I love it. It's the suspense, the tension, the horror. It just gravitates because you want to continuously to figure out the mystery that happens like little by little, layer by layer. Just look at the little certain details that have you connect certain strings that be like, okay, so this is related to that, and this is also related to this, but then again, this was more of a whole misdirection just to go ahead and throw you off a bit. I enjoyed that as well, so won't exactly deny that. Ah, there we go. So, oh, okay. So, in stories that I actually enjoy reading was definitely Everything's Fine, four panel horror stories. Okay, the one I definitely enjoy the most is called Chasing Tales, and that one's like it's suspense and it's actually good. Like legit, if you want something that has good suspense where you have to figure like a who's done it with a weird mystery to it, definitely Chasing Tail. But if you want something with good horror and suspense, everything's fine. Definitely up the alley. But overall, legit, when it comes to that, it just mostly me showing up as myself with my energy and personality. Because especially since again, like I said in the previous video, my personality and energy is definitely a little bit more eccentric, sporadic, but overall, I'm not gonna exactly be the whole. Well, if anything, some people will probably know like those sunshine characters that's very bright and bubbly. I'm optimistic, but even I still have my limits just to make sure that I stay centered and grounded in reality, but also towards the fact that legit, I am not gonna exactly deny the fact that my voice is very monotone. My personality is very monotone until there's a topic about something or what I'm watching or what I've read that will have me go extreme hardcore details about it. Excuse me. But legit, that's basically how I am. If anything, when it comes to my whole personality, I mostly, well, I had a friend of mine that told me the fact that my personality is like the TV show Daria Morgendorfer. I could actually see in the similarities. Or if also another thing is the fact that legit, if I'm extremely comfortable with you, or legit, if I'm around you enough, like legit, I indeed have the personality to blitz. Minus the fact of legit murdering people for money or whatnot. I'm not like no demonic like hitman. No, mostly in the category between when you self hate yourself so much, you just feel like every time somebody's around you, you feel like you just make things like fall apart. You just thinking like you're like consider a bad luck energy, but that's mostly between situations that happen between trauma, circumstances. It really do just warp your mind in a certain way. Then you're just over here blaming yourself, hating yourself, and you feel like you don't deserve anything at all. And then by enough, you continuously to self sabotage, or be it between friendships, relationships, or even family dynamics, or even your own life in general. And you just mostly feel like, you know what, legit, this is basically what my life has to be. Just nothing but pure chaos, and I don't deserve anything or anyone. So it would have you feel like that for a very long time, but I'm trying to break out of that as well. So I definitely deserve happiness. I definitely deserve peace, and I definitely deserve a lot of things. It's just more towards the fact that when you don't exactly move the same way as more people in today's fast moving society, you're just gonna feel like an alien. You're just gonna consider being an all ball, and which would makes you feel more like depleted and just want to shrink into yourself more and more. Over here feeling like something probably isn't indeed wrong with you, but society continuously to forget that everybody is different. Everybody has their own different blueprint code. Like everybody is born of a different magnitude. Everybody is different. And yet it's the fact that people continuously to forget that. But bad enough, if you in more of a category of being a person of color or being a certain gender, it's gonna take more of a toll on you because you're supposed to just be like everybody else. But when you also look the way how other people doing it, you're just like, that doesn't feel right. That doesn't feel like it's aligned with me, and it doesn't just feel like I want to do something like that. But unfortunately, you get criticized for it. Like, do you know how many times I get criticized for like, well, because she's not exactly black? Just because I don't exactly do the whole same thing as every other black person do. It's just more of a whole personal attack. Just it really do just bring it down even more. So you definitely have an issue with that. Or if anything, it's more towards like you're much very selective, or you just have very much of like a whole closed off monotone energy. But it's more towards the fact like legit. Again, some people just not exactly have your best interest. They're not, or if anything, some people messes are not exactly your problem. And unfortunately, legit, when you're trying to make sure that it's like, look, if you need like words of advice or if you need somebody to lean on, that's perfectly fine. But it's the fact that legit they continuously just have the same issue or complain about the same thing. It's more of the fact that they're not gonna exactly listen, and they want their problem to be your problem for you to go ahead and either help or fix the sad situation. And you can't. Not everybody can like fix that situation, or not everybody is meant to be helped. It's like the sad truth, but it's the truth. And legit, bad enough if you over here just like, nope, no, I do not want to be around you, do not want to be near you. They take it as a personal attack. It's just more towards the fact like you trying to make sure that you just focus on yourself, and anything that's going on is only a you problem, not a them problem. But again, people would still consider an issue. And it's more towards the fact like legit, yeah, and that was definitely more towards the fact that when you do have strong personal boundaries of, or it's like certain things that you just want to make sure that you don't want people to either disrupt or disturb it, they're just going to continuously to find ways to attack it. And at that, it'll continuously to make you be more angry towards yourself, angry towards them, angry more towards the world. So, not exactly saying everything needs to be peace sign and yoni eggs. I'm not saying that. I'm just mostly saying the fact that legit certain boundaries and issues, like you can continuously to voice your issues and opinion, but unfortunately we live in a society where legit you voice your opinion, somebody's gonna disagree with it or have you backtrack. It just more towards the fact that we forget that everybody has an opinion, everybody has their own way of thinking. But if you don't exactly agree with the same way, it just you consider yourself more of an open target of an issue for it. So it's definitely another thing for that. But like I've always been okay and comfortable with my own energy, especially between. I'm not exactly denying. I really do have to speed talk sometimes just to go ahead and get my point across, or legit make sure to point across or make sure to get the full fledged attention. But unfortunately, if nobody doesn't exactly care about your existence or care about your words or what you have to say, that means the fact that you should not waste your time and energy on said certain people or a certain topic, because at the end of it all, they're going to think what they want to think. And you're just going to continuously have your strong own morals and beliefs. So you can't exactly police or be mad at yourself for that either. So regardless of anything, things will continuously to be a struggle. But that's definitely another personal struggle of mine. So, but again, just more towards like something that I basically had to deal with, or I'm pretty sure somebody has dealt with the same way. It's like again, most people can relate, most people cannot. So, but overall, like I do have a very neutral energy. It's like if I actually do care about you, yeah, you're just gonna see a very much like a whole happy, bubbly side. But if I know the fact that legit your energy and my energy just don't exactly go like this, we're just like, nope. Do not like don't force your energy to do that, and legit don't force me to be in your energy, because I could just sense the fact that your energy is definitely not exactly something good or something that I want to go ahead and actually be around either. But I always have no issue being very monotone. So actually, I have no issue being quiet or silence. It just again, some people don't enjoy their peace. I've always enjoyed the peace with the silence and loneliness. Granted, when you're a kid, you just feel like you wonder is something wrong with you or why is life like this. But when you start to get older and as you look back on certain things of history of your past, you start to learn the fact that actually it was more of a best thing, because you will continuously to sacrifice yourself for people and energies that don't exactly care about your best good and only care about their best good. It's like they'll think theirs is more above yours than anything else. And when you're at that small, you think like, yeah, their energy is above more than mine. But as you look back on it, you're like, actually, it was more of like a weird blessing in disguise. But again, when you're a kid wise, you're not gonna exactly see it like that. When you get older and you look back, you be like, no, it's actually more of a whole best thing. So, but granted, when you're small, you just basically want to be the bright little happy child that you is. Just get a chance to be around everything and everybody. Just look at the world with the whole big bright eyes and a happy smile. It's like literally just being so full of energy. But unfortunately, that also comes with like backlash and issues as well. Because legit, let's be honest, we all been there towards the category. Yes, indeed, we all have been like very just bright-eyed, happy-go-lucky kids. But legit, a lot of things has happened behind closed doors, or things that we don't exactly tell people about, or if anything, it's the fact that we did have things that was bad. We just chose to go ahead and just keep it to ourselves because either people won't exactly understand it, or you'll be made fun of it, or you didn't want to people like feel like they're a burden because you telling them, or if anything, you just didn't want pity. So legit, there's multiple reasons behind it, but it's the fact that legit some people have to put on a fake smile just to show the fact that everything's fine. Or again, in my category, just mostly just show the fact that you try so hard not to have life weigh you down. It's like, especially when one thing happens and another thing happens and another, and then you over here wonder when does it end. But unfortunately, legit, you continuously depend on like a whole brave like smile or brave face and just continuously to go on with it regardless of anything. But unfortunately, that get people like false illusions thinking like you're just like a perfect human being. Nobody is perfect. Like life is not perfect. Let's be honest. Life was basically born on nothing but chaos. So, but when you're trying to go ahead not to show certain things to look like it's tearing you up inside, people would just assume that your life is going good. Just like, no, my life is shit. My life is indeed like a pile of shit right now. But I'm just trying to go ahead and just move the best I can. Trying not to take life too seriously. I'm trying not to go ahead and legit have those situations bother me. Even though legit, it's okay to have a good cry section. It's okay to just let the tears out, let it like all out, and just go ahead and let your emotions just feel for a moment. Or if anything, just more towards like when you do try to ball up your emotions, or you just don't exactly show the fact that you don't want to break down. It also comes more backlash for that too, because legit people would be like shocked that you have emotions, but it's like everybody have emotions, but when people see you in a one like singular way, or if anything they don't see the multiple angles that a person have, legit they don't exactly see the actual reality of it, which is indeed a struggle because again everybody has personal struggles. So Lord knows I have, and I not exactly pretend or deny that my struggles were something just like it's like that's nothing, la la la. It just more towards the fact like I have personal struggles, so I won't exactly deny the fact that it didn't want to come towards the category of pity, but it was also the fact that I didn't want people to use what was going on to use that against me sort of way. So I didn't want that vulnerability just to go ahead and just be used as a weapon. So, which made it more of a reason why I'm very selective about that. And but it's also the fact that legit when you do the fact that you have things going on, and just more towards the fact that some people would say like, why don't you let me in? It's because a the person wants to be let in, but unfortunately, they're going to use that against you. B, it's more towards the fact that legit, they won't exactly listen, let alone care. They're like, yeah, you could go ahead and like tell me anything. Here's the thing: there's a difference between listening and then actual listening. So you could literally just be like, oh yeah, sure, like, oh my god, that's terrible. Just oh my god, you know. Like that's not exactly listening. So you've basically proven the person more of a reason not to either talk to you ever or let alone rely on you for anything. When you actually have someone who's actually listening, you don't exactly give that much like judgment. Just the person be like, I get it. Go ahead, just listen. Just speak and I listen. But even though you want to be careful with that as well, because you still don't want somebody to take advantage of that as well. Like, it's okay to have a therapy friend, but even then, the therapy friend needs somebody to be rely on as well, like legit. If somebody dump all their issues on them, like, don't you expect to have the same vice versa energy? But unfortunately, it never happens. So with anything, you just really have to be careful between who is able to see your vulnerability and who is able to handle it with actual care and concern. Because again, not everybody's going to have your best choice of interest. So it definitely move with caution. But in my category, when you basically close off, it's just more towards the fact that legit people wondering why do you have people at arm's length, or if anything, why do you just like continuously to be closed off? Because again, I'm just being selective, but when you're selective, it causes issues, it causes problems. And then you look like you're the issue when technically you're not. You're very selective. Because not everybody's going to meet the same energy you have. Or if anything, you don't want to exactly feel bad for what are you feeling and thinking, which is another issue. Especially since people probably continuously say, well, you shouldn't feel like that. Let the person feel how they want to feel. If they want to feel angry, let them feel angry. If they want to feel sad, let them feel sad. It's like, definitely give them advice, but if the advice is more towards nitpicking, that's not advice. That's just you either criticizing them or critiquing about it. That's not exactly helping. So that's definitely another issue I've always definitely had with that one. So with that, it just continuously to be more of a whole tangible mess between when you very have monotone energy, you're not exactly as much as a whole bubbly person, or if anything, you try to go ahead and make sure life doesn't keep you down, or if anything, you're trying to be very selective between who is able to get into your actual like energy or your space where you can actually feel comfortable. You be like, okay, I could trust this person, until or legit you have somebody who's trying to force into your energy and you're just like, I do not like you, you do not like me, why are you trying to force the niceness? Like, no, just stop it. Because regardless of anything, you're not going to like me, and bad enough, whatever I'm doing in my own personal life or in personal space, you're going to have an issue with that. So why do I want that around me to begin with? But again, everybody has their own way of like living or their own way of doing things. So, but that's just mostly in my category. But again, like I said, between recording and speaking from my own truth and experience, I am slowly, little by little, just able to definitely reflect and take accountability on my side, but also knowing towards the fact, like, legit, things have been said by people thinking it's like coming from a place of love or honesty. It really wasn't, just more towards like nitpicking and criticism. So definitely learning to sieve out the two differences. And again, it's not exactly an overnight process. It will take time, and I have all the time in the world. But for now, I'm gonna go ahead and continuously to leave it as this. Excuse me. So, like I said, I'm still trying to figure out how I'm gonna do the videos. But again, for the meantime, I'm not gonna exactly have the videos be too over long. But again, like I said, the videos will definitely differentiate between each other. Some will either be extremely short or, and mostly, well, not exactly extremely short, just more towards like it depends on the timing, or if anything, it mostly depends on the fact of what exactly I feel like doing for the video. So pretend between the whole either just reading or drawing, just the whole purpose of a beautiful enigmas, mostly just to create a safe space for everybody could feel welcome and everybody could just feel comfortable in their own way of living and being. So it just takes like a little step by step. So legit, for me, it definitely is more of a whole space that I'm feeling more comfortable in. Not exactly, it's like it's a immediate, like a overnight thing. It's just definitely gonna take time, and as long as I continuously to put in the time and effort, so I feel more comfortable with it. But I already feel comfortable now because again, I'm showing up as myself and legit just showing up as me, my own words, my own thoughts, my own personal experience, my own actual honesty. But I'm gonna go ahead and leave it here. And if anything, just try to do the best you can in living. Just go ahead and try to figure out how you want to live, how you want to feel, how you want to move in life. Again, everybody moves differently, and it's definitely okay to move how you want to move. Because at the end of it all, we're all flawed humans, and we just got to go ahead and continuously give ourselves some grace and patience. But until next time, I hope that all of you are safe, being well, and continuously to try to not to be too down on yourself and continuously just to try to find your own inner peace. But until next time.